Yeah, welcome back to the second hour. And we should hopefully be bringing in Daniel Accra, a.k.a. Blackjack. I'm going to try and bring him in now. Daniel, you there?
Good evening. I'm here. How are you doing?
Not too bad, mate. We can hear you. I'm just going to play around with the dials. I'm going to introduce Creed.
How you doing, mate?
Okay.
You all right?
And Boots.
I'm good, thank you.
Ian.
Yeah, and you? All good?
Aye.
Are you all good? Yeah, you all good?
Yes, aye. I got to apologise before we go any further because I did cut you off and I was trying to transfer you into the studio.
Right. Okay. No worries.
It's trying to learn everything is it's a little bit technical for me. I don't understand pushing buttons all the time, I'm afraid. But I'm glad we got you on now, buddy. I'm glad we got you on.
Oh, I'm glad to be there. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
So yes, Blackjack. What do you want me to call you, Daniel or Blackjack?
Yeah, either, mate. All good.
All good. That's what we like to hear. So basically, just give us a little description of. I know you sent me a bio, but I'd rather hear you give the bio of yourself and what you've been doing since you were 15, I believe.
Yeah, I got into music production age 15. Let's say I've always loved music from a young age. Always loved music, but then at secondary school we got the computers or the music programs, and those computers at school were never used. But then as I got onto them, I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I had back in the day had a PlayStation, and that came like a music program came on there, and yeah, my friend let me a copy. And that was, I think it was, Music 2000, Music 1, number 1. And yeah, my love for music production just started from there.
I thought you were going to say it was because you played DJ Hero on PlayStation.
Oh, no, dude, that was way after. But, Music 1 on the PlayStation, it taught me the basics of how to put songs together. I mean, going back when I was like 4, me and my older sister used to play on my dad's organ player. We used to make our own little cheeky songs or whatever, write cheeky little lyrics, and just always loved music. And like I said, 15, learning music production. I got older, I managed to get a copy of Reason, and I'm still using that now to do my music. I love it. So
let me take you off the subject of what sort of equipment you use and stuff like that. What musical influences do you have?
Gosh, too many. One of my main ones is Michael Jackson. James Brown, George Benson, just anything, like jazz, funk, soul, anything with a good melody. It grabs me. I love it.
I'm totally down with the James Brown one. Totally down with that one.
But I mean, when I was younger, it was always like, Michael Jackson was the main one. He'd be on the television, always be the first one downstairs.
So what about you? Because sorry to interrupt, but your father's Ghanaian, is that right?
Ghanaian, yeah.
So
Ghanaian.
Did you get any influence from your dad or your mum even?
He was our main. Yes, he was our main influence. His love of music, like a wide range of genres. He loved all types of music, and that went when we were growing up. We'd always be listening to all the records that he was playing, and that got us. His love of music got us to where we are now. Because I got my 2 sisters. I'm the middle child, so my older sister, she's doing singing, writing lyrics, and she's performing, and my younger sister's performing too, and I'm doing my thing.
So musical family through and through, mate.
Yeah.
So have you done any collaborations with your sisters yet, or is that something you're going to be looking to do?
Let's say we've been talking about it for a long time now. I mean, it will happen when it's ready. At the moment, we've done a few bits, but we've put it on hold. But yeah, it'll happen. And I'm hoping it'll happen soon.
Do you all listen to the same sort of music, and you all have the same influence on music, or are you all completely?
We do have the same influences in music. I mean, again, I'm still listening to the music I grew up on, and obviously I'm always looking out to listen to some new stuff, and anything that grabs me, I'm like, okay, cool, you know, yeah.
So is there not there's not like a genre of music that you would say, you know, that's not me, I would not do it? Would you, like, if it's like for classical or anything, you know, country, if it worked and you thought that it could work, you would do it? You wouldn't rule anything out?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, anything that's got a good melody, either good song lyrics or whatever, good vocals, I'm down with it. You know, I'm open to listen to new styles of music. Anything that's got a good melody, that's me.
And what about...
I try and, sorry?
No, go on, Karen, sorry.
Yeah, I try and incorporate that in the music I'm doing. So I don't think to myself, I'm going to make... I'm going to just stick to one style. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
You know?
So Daniel, we're going to give you some more questions in regards to like other influences and the fact that you were with other crew members, and because I know you're solo now. But before we do that, let's go into your first track. Which one do you want to go with?
Oh gosh, let's go with the one with Elena. That is called "Caught in the Middle."
Okay, Caught in the Middle. So any background on that before I play it?
Yeah, I hooked up with Elena through, I think it was, I'm sure it's actually Instagram, yeah. So it's a long story short, but this guy got in contact with me on Instagram, and he said, would you like to remix my song? I heard the song, and I suppose actually no, that's another whole story. Sorry, I was just waffling on.
We'll save you. We'll start playing the track, but just make sure you don't put the mic down.
Let the music do the talking.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Stay online.
Yeah, all good.
My pen and I start to put things into words. My mind is playing tricks again, and the thoughts I'm having are verging on absurd. I've been here before. Why, why can't I close the door? This mind of mine will ease. There's too much going on inside, and I'm tired, 'cause all you do is tease. Don't think I'm stupid, 'cause I know you too well. And you think you're funny, 'cause you're driving me to hell. Been here before. Why, why can't I close the door? Do I look alright? Look inside. Can you see inside? Is it plain to see? Plain to see. Do I look alright? Look inside. Can you see inside? Is it plain to see? Plain to see. I've been here before. Why, oh, why can't I close the door? inside? Is it plain to see? Do I look alright? Can you see inside? Is it plain to see? Do I look alright? Can you see inside? Is it plain to see? Do I look alright? Can you see inside? Is it plain to see? Caught in the middle, caught in the middle, deja vu. Caught in the middle, caught in the middle, deja vu. Caught in the middle.
Yes, Blackjack. Love this track.
Thank you.
There's very much an R&B vibe going in the studio now.
Yep. Okay.
It's a nice mellow tune, that is.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly. It's great. Do you know what? It almost had, it reminded me, because going back, when I used to live back home with my parents many, many years ago, my dad used to love Jamiroquai.
Oh, yeah.
And the melody to that just kind of reminds me of like a Jamiroquai track.
Oh,
just
wow.
all, do you know, like all of the, it's like funky.
Funk, yeah.
What, his earlier stuff, yeah?
Yeah. And it just, I was just sat in my chair then, and I just kind of had a little bit of a bop going on. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I'm always worried. Anyone that plays decent music that gets him to dance worries me, because honestly, when you see his dancing, it's not a good sight.
The old granddad two-step.
Okay. But you do the two-step, yeah?
I do the granddad two-step. But I do that very, very well.
And he even does the clicking of the finger and thumb together as well.
Yeah. Well, as long as, I get you guys, bopping and finger clicking and all that, it's all good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, will you get me and Boots nodding our heads doing it
Cool.
the sort of Eastern way, and then you get Creed doing his country farmer bit.
You can't dig me out of me. I got a question to ask. I've got a question to ask because, like with this track that we just played, then there is I can hear so many different sounds and melodies and harmonies. How long does something like that take to put together? Because in my head, not knowing how to produce, it sounds like it's going to take absolutely ages.
Well, I mean, I don't plan, when I make a new song, if I think to myself, I'm going to make a track, go on my computer, make a track, I don't think, oh yes, I'm going to make something like this. I just, whatever I'm feeling, if I'm feeling it, whatever comes out, just experiment. And if I create a melody, I think, I'll work on that, I'll build on it. Sometimes, if it's really happening, I could just do the song within 2 days. If the song ain't happening, I scrap it and start fresh. I mean, it takes about roughly 2-3 days.
So how many tracks have you started and then thought to yourself, this is no good for me, and then bin it? That must be quite demoralising, but I suppose it's something you've got to do, because if you're putting it out there, it's got to be right. Yeah,
if it's not happening, I scrap it and, start fresh. And then once if that's the case, the next one's better. The next idea is like banging. And then, because if I didn't, I've not got no unfinished projects on my computer. I've got no unfinished projects.
So have you ever gone back to, you said obviously if you're not feeling it, you bin it. Have you ever, kind of a few months down the line or whatever, you've kind of grabbed it back and then...
No. It's funny because, again, when I was 15, I started, that was the way I was going. I had that, sort of that kind of idea, if it's not happening, scrap it. Yeah. And then the next one's better. Well, I started back then. But, it doesn't take, like I said, for me, 2-3 days maximum to make a tune. And obviously, from then, once got the instrumental, I send it to the singer, and if they're feeling it, I can always rework it to fit what they've done. But it's all about me, the feeling, getting the feeling. If I got that feeling, if it's happening, if it's heavy, yeah.
So going back to going back to the whole subject of where you grew from as a 15-year-old and you started to put stuff together. Then you went on and joined a group. Is that right?
I did, yes. I joined a group called Circle of Funk. They were based in London. There was 2 of them in London and 1 guy in Bristol. They got in contact with me on MySpace back in, I think it was 2006. Yeah, back in MySpace. They were saying, "Oh, we like what you're doing. Oh, do you want to have one of your songs on our label?" Because they also ran the label as well, called Flat Tip Soul. I was like, "Oh, wow, cool." So I gave them one of my tracks that I had. Well, actually, I was singing on that track because that's, apart from the music production, I also do a bit of singing. So I gave them one of my songs, and then we arranged to meet up. I was like, they goes, "Oh yeah, we sometimes come to Bristol, so it would be good to catch you." So yeah, hooked up there, and then they sent me some music over. I sent them a bit more music, and they were like, they were feeling what I was doing. I was like, "Oh cool, I like what you guys are doing." It just happened. I mean, I joined the group, and some amazing things happened. We worked with some amazing singers, and we hooked up with Lifford Shillingford who sang "Please Don't Turn Me On."
Yeah.
After Dodger. We worked with Robert Owens, the house legend. We've done a couple of tracks with him, and I mean, I learned a lot when I was in Circle of Funk, and learned how to obviously release my own music, and it's part of the journey. It's part of my journey, and it's got me to. I mean, let's say it's helped shape me where I am. It's helped shape me where I am. So, yeah, we worked with Mikey Freedom. Sorry, hello.
Yeah. Go on. So, do some name calling. Who else? Mikey Freedom. Who else have you done?
Yeah, of course.
So I really put you on there. That's how we play.
That's not cool. You put him right on the spot.
Of course, yeah. Just, I mean, Lifford Shillingford, Mikey Freedom, and
I'll tell you what might help you. Check your bio. Your bio, you put it all in there, mate.
Do you know what? It's funny you said Lifford Shillingford, because 2 weeks ago, I woke up in the morning, I'd done the usual, before I get out of bed, check all the social medias, stuff like that.
Right.
He followed me on Instagram.
How funny. Okay.
And I have no clue why he would have followed me on Instagram. But I woke up and I was so excited. I was thinking, wow, because I can remember. I'm a big garage fan as well. So I was thinking, why on earth is this guy following me? But so yeah, maybe that's a sign. Maybe me and him need to hook up with you, and maybe this is it, Ammo. I said that I was going to sing a song. I was meant to record and sing a song and play it on air today.
Sing a song of Sixpence.
So maybe we could do this.
That's probably it, isn't it, John?
Mate, this is exactly what he's needed, because we're worried. Me and Boots have been worried because he likes cartoons, and every time I do this music quiz and it's any kids, he knows the lyrics. So that's what we were expecting. So maybe you can help him.
Okay.
If you can produce me a track, I will put the vocals over it.
And you're gonna grab Lifford on there as well, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
He'll use one of those vocoders for you, mate.
No, what do they? Is it synthesizer? That's what
vocoder.
That's what I need. That.
Auto-tune, yeah?
Yes, I'm gonna need a lot of auto-tune.
Because he does that with his pictures. He does all the face.
No, the facials are fine. I don't need no help with that.
So you wouldn't, unless you had heard the shows over the last few months. He's been having facial surgery and tummy tucks and all kinds of stuff.
Do not listen to him.
So if you can modify his voice. So let's get back to your tunes. What's your second tune?
My second tune is Groove Tonight. There's a story behind that. So I used to do a lot of singing before I focused on the music production, and I used to always worry about my breathing. So, Anyway, I stopped singing at the age of 20-ish. And my sisters kept saying to me, "Oh, you should sing on your stuff, you've got a good voice." And I was like, yeah, it's not bad, but I could do better. I stopped singing, and it's only with that group. I think Groove Tonight was my first tune where I actually thought, you know what, enough's enough. I'm going to start singing my own music. And when I done that, I was well chuffed with it. You guys hear it.
So we'll give you our honest opinion, but we know it's going to be good. So enjoy Groove Tonight, Blackjack.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Blackjack, love this track.
Hello.
They're just one after the other, mate. It's like,
Thank you.
yeah, I can hear the funk in this one as well, and the R&B.
And it's got a bit of a garage beat to it as well.
Yeah,
I love that.
Thank you. All my influences. This is the thing. When I do my music, I let the music do the talking. All my influences that I grew up, all the music I grew up listening to, I try and incorporate that in my music. And anything I'm feeling, whatever happens on that day, there you go. If it's heavy, I'm down with it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, all good. Thank you. So yeah.
Hello.
Using my voice. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what part? Hello. Yes. Boots here.
Yep.
What? Yeah. Big up. Yeah, man.
Yeah, wicked.
So where you from? Where you actually from? Are you like?
Well, okay. So born in Bristol.
Yeah.
Ghanaian roots. My parents, mum and dad, Ghanaian. My first area that I grew up in was Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah. He is an Eastern boy then. So
Yeah, Eastern boy.
yeah, we'll pull you back in then because we thought you were a neighbour of Creed's up in all those ways. Like I know you're living in Hannam now.
Yeah, live in St George actually. Done a bit of moving around. Eastern, lived in St Paul's for a bit. Now I'm St George, living in St George.
What school did you go to? If you lived in St George?
Well, my secondary school was Hannam High.
Oh, that was the enemy for me. That was the enemy. How old are you then?
Me, 35.
Told you
That's
he's your
my
age.
era.
Told you.
My era as well. You were the enemy back in the day. I used to go to SBL. Just up the road from you guys. Yeah, we had some run-ins with your school back in the day.
So I need to interrupt this inter-school that were in the posh areas because the only schools that mattered was St George and Whitfield.
Oh, here he goes again.
Right.
Come on, us country boys, we matter as well.
Yes, sir.
We used to have fights over who had the best apples and conkers, I think.
Come on, that's harsh now. Come on.
My cow in my field was bigger than yours.
Oh no. Hannam High. And I know, obviously, I knew people from Speedwell and all that, and I know them Speedwell boys used to, when I was at school fights, innit, like all the other schools come down to the Hannam High field and all that. And,
I remember those days.
I was involved in that. I was involved in the music.
Yeah, I used to go down, and then when he used to kick off, I used to run away again. I knew the quick route back to my house. So I'd go down, shout, and then be like, see you later, I'm off.
Yeah.
What year did you leave secondary school then?
Oh, gosh.
Did you leave in 2000 or 2001? So you were a year below me then.
Okay, right, okay.
So you would have been in the same year as my cousin's wife, which is when she was at school, it would have been Becky Pinn.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Becky was in my year.
Yeah. Oh, it's a small world, isn't it?
Am I going to do the shut up app again?
No. I'm going to pass you back to Ammo now. It always happens. We get someone in the studio or on the air, and I either kind of know him somehow or it's family.
Yeah. So we got to shut Creed down. Otherwise, we'll be talking about aunts and uncles.
All right, I'm going to pass back to you now.
All good, mate. All good.
So let's move on to your last track and where you. Before you announce your last track that you're going to play today, I want you to tell us where you feel you're going towards. What sort of where you would like to be in the next few years?
Where I like to be,
other than Hannam.
Well, gosh, I just want to be successful in what I'm doing. I'm just happy making music that I'm making the music that I'd go out and buy, but I'm happy and blessed that people are able to listen to what I'm doing. I mean, the dream job would be to be able to do this full time, but whether that happen, I don't know. But I'm just going to keep going and just keep building up,
I'm a believer in what you're doing there. Is like if you've got the dream and you've got the push, you can achieve it. Most people that are successful in the music industry or TV, acting, whatever, if they just keep pushing, and you've got to have talent there as well, and that's obviously you're proving that you've got the talent. It's just so you just got to keep knocking at those doors. I want to do this full time as a full time, be able to, let's say I want this to be my main income, but I love what I do. It's just I'm grateful where I am now. I'm grateful to be able to just be making music for people to enjoy. That's my, I don't want no fame, none of that. No fame, nothing like that. Just I'm happy that people listen to what I'm doing. That's what you're doing.
I'm happy to be able to put music out there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the people that tend to go in it for fame only don't tend to stay in it.
Exactly.
The ones that have the passion, like yourselves, once they do break in, or even if they don't break in, they just still do it and maintain it.
I think that's part of the problem and part of the issue with the music industry, which does frustrate me, because where a lot of it is so fabricated, you get the people who make
like
it.
that band that you like. What are they called?
One Direction. Leave them alone for tonight, right? But when when they are all fabricated and stuff like that, so they get all the fame, they get all the glory, they get all the money, but it's not their out and out passion. And I think there's so many, they just want that for fame, and then you get so many people like yourself who literally love music. And sometimes they don't make it, and they get so far and they kind of give up on their own dream because they can just see all of these X Factor people and stuff like that being fabricated and made on, and it's not fair. So listen, from the 2 tracks that we're going to go into your third one shortly, but from the 2 tracks that from that I've heard already, you need to keep pushing this, and don't get me wrong, there's going to be days where you probably feel down and think, come on, is it ever going to happen? But from the 2 that I've heard now, you need to keep this going.
Thank you. I love music. I would never give up. Whatever happens, it's always going to be there. Music's always going to be there. And I've from a young age, I've always loved it. And that's what makes me who I am. Music. And my family, obviously, but music's my thing, man. I can never give up on music, man.
So Blackjack, so what we're going to do is we're going to play your last track, which is Time, is that the one?
Yes, that's the one, yes.
Well, we're going to play that one. What we want to say, because we'll play you out of that, so there's 2 things you got to do. One is you got to tell somebody it's their birthday.
Yes.
And you need to do that before you go into your next track. So what we'll do is we'll play the track that you mention before our show ends. And we also will book you to come into the studio once we've got all the restrictions lifted for COVID.
I could pick him up on the way through as well.
Yeah, he's a neighbour of yours, on your tractor, you can get him on the back of your tractor.
I can pick him up on the combine harvester on the way through.
My combine harvester.
So it's been wicked having you on, mate, and catching up.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been a laugh. It's been brilliant. Thank you for inviting me. I've enjoyed it. It's been brilliant.
Absolute
and I look forward,
keep going.
After the whole COVID thing, look forward to come down to the studio.
No
Not
doubt.
far from me. Well.
Okay, you take care and do your birthday wish now, mate.
Yes, I will. My wife, Helen Ankara, I wish you a happy birthday, dear. Have a good one and enjoy your day.
Happy birthday.
And we'll shout out the track for you before the show ends.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me.
Take care.
Thank you.
Take care, man.
It was mine.
Bye-bye. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Please don't waste another day. By your side. Please don't waste.
Yes, Blackjack. Time. That's my favourite so far, mate. I liked all your tracks, but I really like that track, and it was brilliant having you on the show. And like we said, we'll get you in the studio talking more, and we'll play more of your stuff. But he also mentioned he's going to do a mega mix for us, so we're going to hold you to that.
A mega, but it can't be any longer than 14 minutes. That's the only rule.
Well, that was your only rule was 10 minutes originally.
Well, it was 10 to 12, then everyone started, going on and on. Is up to 14 now, so if he does 15, then he's broken another record, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And rule.
So I'm going to make sure we get that quiz, because this is the toughest quiz I've had to...